Hey y'all, it's your friendly neighbor Jen here, and today I wanted to talk all about brushes. So you guys recently requested that I do a video talking about some of my favorite brushes. I find that I really gravitate toward particular brushes because of my limited lid space, plus this will just be a really good overview of different kinds of brushes you need if you're just starting out or you really want to fill up your little makeup kit. So I'm going to start off with the face brushes and then move on to the eyes. For foundation, I have two different types of brushes. All three of these brushes are synthetic, but I have a favorite for my mineral makeup, which is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. And then I also have these two for liquid foundation. The reason I have two for foundation is because I don't like having a lot of liquid products harboring bacteria that I keep reusing on my face. And if I have two brushes, I can rotate them after using one without having to wash it quite as frequently, so it saves me a little bit of time. This is the Luxie 610 Flat Sculpting Brush, which is a nice, fluffy, soft, dense brush. And then I also really love the SEPHORA Pro Flawless Airbrush number 56. This is just really fabulous, very, very, very soft. And it spreads around the foundation, but keeps it with a nice density, so you still have that opacity on your skin. I have used quite a lot of powder brushes, and this is just, I'm obsessed with it. This is also from Sephora from the Pro Precision collection, and it's their number 59 Precision Powder Brush. And the reason I really like this is because it's really big and fluffy, but it's also kind of small enough that I feel like I can get it around my nose and like the different crevices of my face, versus some of those really wide fluffy brushes which aren't as precise. I like having a little bit more concentration in my T-zone, so I find this one works particularly well, and the bristles again are super soft and feel really nice quality. For the cheeks, I have three that I think are must-haves. First of all, for bronzer, I like looking for a really dense angled brush. This is a little bit thicker and fluffier than most of my blush brushes, particularly in the way that I apply bronzer, which instead of sweeping it, I like to pat it into my skin. So the density really helps to be able to have a lot of control with how much product goes on your skin. So this is from Makeup Show. This is the 22B01 brush. And then for blush, I also like an angled brush. This is from Sigma, but I actually like that the bristles are white because I feel like it keeps you accountable of making sure you wash your brushes. With blush, you get a lot of pigmentation on there, and that's probably one of my first signals to say, hey, stop being lazy and wash your brushes. It's getting too pink. And then for highlighter, I like using a little bit more of a delicate brush. This is from Sephora, and it's the Pro Precision Blush Brush, but I use it for highlighter. It's the number 73 brush. I've used this for blush if you do the really soft, delicate Korean application of like tapping this into your skin, but I really love it for highlight because it can just fit right at the tops of the cheeks without like going all everywhere. It can just get really focused application. Moving on to eye brushes. This is the lowdown. This is what I use every single day. I love every single one of these brushes, and I feel like they all have a different part that they play. I'm gonna start off with this baby. This is, again, another Sephora Pro brush. This is the Shadow number 14 brush. I like it because it's flat on top. This is what I use to put the first layer of color on the ball of my eye. So when I'm just patting color, it's usually something a little bit shimmery that I need a full sweep of color for. Every time I'm like, hey, you know, touch right here, figure out where your brow bone is, and then go inside the socket right there. This is the brush that I use to do that. This is the Sigma Blending E25 brush. Again, it has white bristles, so it's another indicator of when I need to wash my brushes, but this is a really good one, not just for that outer crease transitional color, but also for blending between shades. After that, I usually like using an extra deep crease color. This is not one that's for blending between shades so much as just concentrating on the outer corners. So it's a little bit smaller and less fluffier than the white one, and a little bit more dense, so you get a little bit more precision. This is the Sigma Exact Blend E32, and when I want to take that darkest shade and line my lower lash line at the outer corners here, or just really pack on the color, I usually take a very short bristle, wide, flat, dense brush like this. This one is from NARS. It's the 45 brush. So again, lining on the lower lash line and packing on extra color near the upper lash line. And then for highlighting on the brow bone at the top right here, I like using a wide flat bristled brush because it doesn't need to be as precise. So if I just use this in the light color and sweep it on here once, it's like one and done. Super easy. This is the NARS 40 brush. And then when I want to get a little bit of highlight on the inner corners right here, I like using this one. It's the MAC 228 brush, and I like that it's just really small, so you get a little bit of concentration of color right here, because usually on the inner corner highlight you really want a bright pop of color, and if it's too soft it doesn't really get enough product on there. So I really love this one just for tiny little bits of highlight. Now, just because this particular brush has been a long time favorite and it's super easy to find and super inexpensive, I just wanted to do an honorable mention to the SONIA KASHUK brush. I call this kind of brush a pencil brush just because the end of it looks kind of like a pencil eraser. It's like round and dense, but it's also short enough that when you blend things out, it has enough resistance to really blend the colors together. It's kind of one of those brushes where if you don't have a whole bunch of brushes, I almost feel like you could just do your entire eye with just this one brush. So love this to pieces. So that is it for all of my favorite brushes and what they do. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you want to let me know about your favorite one single brush, please let me know that down in the comments, because I would love to get my hands on some of your favorites too. As per usual, I will leave links for every single thing I can find down in the info box down below if you want to see like the particular brushes that I talked about. But really, it's not about having the most expensive thing. For me, I just like to mix and match. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, feel free to thumbs it up, and please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed it. This is Jen, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.